I was just scrolling through Netflix because I spend more time doing that than actually watching anything on it, and I stumbled onto a film called Afraid, and I wasn't afraid to give it a try. Haha, no, I'm sorry. The movie revolves around a family who gets an opportunity to test out an AI, so the father from Searching, named Curtis in this movie I think, helps them decide the best way to market it, and if it's even worth marketing it at all. In terms of horror, AI gone rogue type movies is one that is pretty by the numbers when it comes to the scares. Besides a couple jump scares that aren't very scary, this movie relies more on your own fear of the future and how you may feel regarding AI in real life. So if you harbor some doubts about AI, are afraid of a Skynet type of situation to stem from it, then the tension and fear of possibility was tailor-made for someone like you. It just wasn't scary for me, and that's okay, because what I just brought up was interesting enough to make up for the fact that I wasn't afraid. It bridged real-world issues like pictures being leaked, the internet showing kids things that they shouldn't see, easy ways to find someone's location, the influence of technological advances, and what that may have on people, the dangers of allowing tech too large of a leash with no way to fully rein it in. You get the idea. It doesn't get everything right, and it does have some scenes that feel kinda pointless in the grand scheme of things, but it is a decent, if predictable effort for the majority of the runtime. I say majority because there are quite a few twists within the movie, some that follow that predictability and others that may actually surprise you. No matter which boat you may be in, the actors themselves really elevate what you see on screen. The realistic fear of having embarrassing pictures leaked to the world is a good one, and how it was handled was able to actually elicit an emotional reaction out of me. But if the actor involved had the talent of a wooden board, then it definitely wouldn't have had that same effect, which has a lot to do with the pacing as they try to develop each character by placing them in situations that show how they would react, while also using that time to bond them with Aya, the AI, and building a mystery in the background that has more questions than it does answers. It is a lot to juggle at once, and even though they put their best foot forward, it would have definitely worked better as a TV show instead. There is just too many ideas with too little time, but I really appreciate the effort nonetheless. In terms of the acting, John Cho as the dad was good as always. The kids were fine as well with no real complaints, but Katherine Waterston, who played the mom Meredith, was the star of the film for me. She had a lot of emotional scenes, moments where she had to showcase real vulnerability due to the current state of the life that she leads. Every scene where she was sad, hopeless, and down, I felt the same way. She wanted more for her life than just being a mom, loving her kids, and feeling like she has potential that she is squandering as the days go on. It's not normally something that lands for me, as the moms are usually not good ones when they are written this way, but she actually is. If you've watched other shows and movies that have characters with her perspective, then you know what I mean, but I'm struggling to figure out how to explain it myself. It didn't feel like out of place forced women empowerment. Instead, it felt like a real person with real feelings who just wants to make the best out of the time that she has left on this earth, which contrasts well with the never-ending advancements of time and the immorality of things such as the internet and what stems from it, such as AI. If you're here as a horror fan, then this is gonna be pretty middle of the road feeling for you, but if you're here more for the aspect of considering what you see when comparing it to the world we currently exist in, then this might actually be right up your alley. It is not trying to be too smart in an artsy, fartsy type of way, so it's actually pretty accessible to just about anyone that's growing old as the world changes around you. I don't know, I wish I had more to say, but I honestly don't. I think that covered basically how I feel about the movie. It's gonna be for a certain type of person, and if that's not you, then you're not gonna like it. It's most likely gonna end up being mediocre for the majority of viewers, but hey, I enjoyed my time with it and figured it was worth talking about even if it's just for 5 or 6 minutes. For more news, reviews, and whatever we choose, stay tuned to Nerdsfeed. Have a great day, thank you.